Just wondering what you say to affiliates of the cable and broadcast networks who might think, wait a minute, I have an agreement to distribute this content to viewers in my market. All of a sudden, here it is up on a website. You know, they're kind of being cut out of that equation. What's Hulu's sort of response to that?
Well, we actually want them to be a part of this mission in a very aggressive way. And in fact, we've already done that with one of the biggest players in the industry, which is Comcast. And so there's a website called Fancast, which is Comcast's digital initiative. And we actually provide the entire Hulu content library within that environment, just like we did with MSN, which I showed you earlier. And so if there's any cable operator in any geography, we would love to help provide our content to them in their web environment, in their neighborhood. And so again, there's, for all from the smallest MSO to the largest, we would love to provide our content library to them at their URL.
And as far as broadcast affiliates?
So same thing. So if you take a look at, like, I spent the last decade in Seattle. Como TV is a big player there. We'd love to be able to provide the entire content library on Como's URL as well, which is great because it actually offers more content than they actually show on the airwaves. And so I think there's a lot of opportunities to think offensively if you're a television station or an MSO of any size or shape.
Hi Jason, I'm John. My question is, the best user experience is going to be on the home television. Is Hulu working with partners to develop some sort of a way to get the IP media onto the home television set?
Yeah, so I can't share our product roadmap for competitive reasons.
Okay.
So while I can't go into specifics, I think it is important to know that any internet-connected device, I think, is a fantastic opportunity for Hulu. The only decision that we've made thus far, which I think is going to endure for quite some time, is having this travel over internet protocol. And if you look at the history of devices that are now connected, it's going up and to the right. And so there's mobile devices, there's television sets, there's set-top boxes, there's PCs. All of those are very right for a Hulu experience. And I'm not suggesting that the Hulu experience would be identical in terms of the user interface, because you need to think about things like remote controls versus keyboards, etc. But absolutely, anything that's connected to the internet, I think is a fantastic opportunity for content owners to find the rightful audience.
Okay, thank you.
Jason, Michael Sterling, first-time caller, long-term beta user. Can you tell us a little bit about the plans for HD theater? It's pretty much relegated for movie trailers at present. And I was wondering if there were issues related to A, the content encoding, or B, the reluctance of the content holders to distribute in such high quality, or C, none of the above.
So it's C, none of the above, and I'll give you the reason why we have an HD gallery as opposed to everything. The technology is there. The limiter is, quite frankly, people's bandwidth to the homes right now. It's changing, which is great. I just came from overseas this past week where the bandwidth is much better in almost every other country on the planet, compared to here. But the good news is it's changing very rapidly, relatively speaking, in that right now we're sending the HD gallery that we have, we're sending 2.5 megs files to folks. And if you have a good cable modem and a relatively new computer, you're just fine. But that's a limited subset of the U.S. population. That won't be such a limited subset of the U.S. population in the coming years, if not could be measured in months. And so as those things become more robust in terms of the size of the pipe, we'll be sending more and more content in higher resolution. In fact, just recently in the last couple of weeks, if you did look at our feature film selection, we've offered 1 meg versions through H.264 in that part of our business. And so we want to lead the industry here in terms of sending the absolute best possible content to users. But we also want to be careful in terms of recognizing that the infrastructure of the U.S. is where it is.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.